Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday Live. Thanks for tuning in today. As you can see from the title, we're going to be playing with like card sketches or card designs. And I have a little bit of a story behind this. I was looking at these products from Concord and Ninth. It's from their latest release that just came out today. And I really wanted to use these big circle elements and these big words, and I came up with a really simple card sketch. It was this one right here. Let me zoom in for you so you can see it a little bit better. So I came up with this card sketch right here. See that right there? And then I thought, you know what if I used other elements from these products and made a second card and did different techniques or different methods, something like that, to make it the same. And I thought, you know what, same exact card design, but just different elements. I have this sketch here. This is what both cards are going to be based on today. I'm going to be using the same products on both, like the same stamp sets and dies, things like that. But they're going to have slightly different looks because I'm going to be doing different techniques. So this first one that I'm going to be working on is from that very first card sketch that I had. We're going to be doing some multicolor stamping using this wood grain circle right here. So I'm going to be using some regular cardstock since I'm just stamping. I'm not going to be painting or anything special like that. Get out my MISTI because when you're doing this technique, you really do have to use a MISTI or a stamp positioner of some kind because you're going to be stamping multiple times in the same area with the same stamp. And I want it to hang off the edge of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it with that edge going off. And then I'm going to pick out some colors of ink. I'm going to use Concord inks just because I'm on a Concord and Ninth kick. So I'm going to be doing what I call ink painting. If you guys have been around since the summer and kind of watching my videos, you probably have seen me do this. It's basically just when you're doing like wide swaths of color with your ink pad. And generally it's a little bit easier to do with ink cubes, but like I mentioned, mine are missing. So I'm just going to add a little blue, this peacock color, and stamp. I'm going to use my little Stampin' Bug glider just to get a really good impression. I'll lift that up and lifted up my paper. So before I get anything else prepped, I'm going to make sure I have that paper down in that corner really well. Now using honeysuckle, and let's just get a little color up there. Maybe we'll do right through there. Okay, so we're adding this honeysuckle pink color on top, and where it overlaps with the peacock, we're going to get a kind of a purple shade. All right. Move that back into the corner. In fact, I might not even need to use Sprout because I'm going to have a Buttercup overlap some of the blue, and I think that'll kind of be safe. Okay, so now I'm thinking about this. It's mirrored to the side, right? So this empty spot is actually right here. So I'm going to add that yellow right there. And this is kind of down in the middle. And then I think I want just a little bit up here so it'd be the opposite corner of the right there. So I'll just add a little yellow right there. And as I flip over the door of my MISTI, I should see all of that area kind of fill in, except I need right here, right in the center. So I'm going to dab that with my ink pad. All right. That looks like I filled in everything, and I even got some overlap onto the pink. So we're going to get a nice orange color. Oh, that is so fun. All right, let me get this up close for you guys. Look at all that overlapping color, but for the most part, you still see the wood grain pattern. Isn't that fun? All right, I'm going to be using the same ink pads, but I'm going to use them in more of a watercolor fashion on my second card design. I'm going to be using Fabriano Artistico Extra White. All right, and we're going to stamp and emboss. Because I'm doing heat embossing, I'm going to prep my watercolor paper with a little bit of anti-static powder. Generally, when I've done heat embossing on watercolor paper, especially if it's unused like this one, just a nice clean sheet, I usually don't have a lot of stray embossing powder. The watercolor paper by nature is just super, super dry. It is just waiting to suck up some of that watercolor. So generally it's very dry and it's not going to have any weird spots. But just as a general rule, and to get yourself into good practice and good methods for stamping and embossing, it's always a good idea to prep your surface. All right, I'm using Versamark ink. Make sure I use my Stampin' Bug glider. This is one of the low profile ones. Look at that, isn't that cute? The rainbows on the bottom, adorable. This is some Alabaster embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. Yes, this does look like those cookies, the stroopwafels. Is that how you say them? I've never had one, but I have a friend who is gluten-free, and she loves them because there's a really good gluten-free. I don't know if they're always gluten-free or maybe just the brand that she found was gluten-free and it was delicious. But anyway, okay, here we go. I'm gonna hit this with my heat tool. Okay, so we did not use the sprout. We're just gonna be using basically a red, yellow, blue, which is kind of fun. Let's start with the yellow. In fact, maybe we'll get them all on our palette here. This is just a plastic palette. This is from Art Impressions, and I love using this palette. Depending on the inks you smush on it, sometimes it stains. So mine's a little dirty, a little splotchy, but not too bad. All right, coming in with Peacock. This is gonna give us a nice rainbow sort of deal. It's a size 6 Escada. I wonder if you guys can even see that. Sorry, my lighting's a little weird. All right, I'm gonna start with the yellow. Just adding water to that ink to get a nice fluidity. And go start painting. It's probably not gonna show up too much as you can't see the embossing. I am going outside of the embossed lines. You guys see that? There you go. Now you can see it a little bit better. Maybe I'll hold it up while I'm painting so you can see. I'll just hold it up every once in a while. All right, I'm going to overlap the yellow. Try to get it, adding a little water to this, trying to get it to move. See, it doesn't move much after you add water on top. It'll only move while it's the actual like inky paint. A little pink down here. Now you can see the grid coming through. Okay, now we're going to bring in Peacock. Water that down quite a bit. Want to get the green up there. I'm going really fast, not being super careful. I just want this area to have color. Okay, so now we have two kind of similar looking backgrounds to build our card design on. Stamping and heat embossing and then die cutting. And this stamp set, I'm telling you, this is the Big On You stamp set. I love it so much. I love big, huge greetings like this. So we're going to make a couple of greetings. We want a really solid stamp. All right, we used Alabaster embossing powder before. We're going to use Gilded. These are my two most used colors. Someone in the comments last week asked me, how many jars of embossing powder do you need to fill one of those plastic containers? I think I have 2 or 3 in each of these. Together. There we go. All right, I'm going to run these through my die cutting machine. And these should pop out fairly quick, fairly easy. All right, and then on this in this die set, we have some little rectangles for cutting out the smaller greetings. Well, that's obviously way too small, so it must be this one. Okay. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to be using Waffle Flower A2 layers dies. I'm going to die cut this down to the size I want. I'm going to be using some Tombow Extreme adhesive to adhere this. And I always start from the fold because if there's any thing hanging off the end, I'll be able to just cut off the cut end. This one I'm going to put on foam adhesive and directly onto the card front. Putting some foam adhesive on the back of each of these. And thankfully the words are pretty much the same width as foam tape, so that's kind of nice. All right, and for just a couple of these little things that are hanging down, I'm going to cut some smaller pieces of foam tape. Just like right here and right here. So there we go, there's that one. Work on this one now. I like how this one is really color intense and this other one's a little bit more muted. I think it's kind of fun. All right, I'm using very thin little narrow foam strip. Let's see how much this one needs. I really love that gold on that. I like that the dark spot survived, you know, it wasn't completely covered up. Okay. I'm also loving the navy instead of black. I think that's fun. Here are the 2 cards for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back on Monday with another card video. Thanks so much for watching.